Good evening. This is Akashvani. I'm Anuja Kumar with the news at 9. The headlines. Lok Sabha continues to face disruption over Manipur violence issue. Opposition leaders meet President Droupadi Murmu and seek her intervention. Parliament passes 3 amendment bills including Mines and Minerals Development and Regulation and Forest Conservation Bill. 28% GST to be levied on casinos and online gaming. IMD issues red alert for rain in 7 districts of Madhya Pradesh. Forecast heavy to very heavy rainfall in Jharkhand and Odisha for next 2 days. And in Australian Open Badminton, Prannoy, Kidambi, Srikanth and Sindhu advanced to singles pre-quarterfinals. And now the news in detail. The Lok Sabha continues to face disruption over the issue of violence in Manipur. When the House met for the day this morning, members from Congress, DMK, TMC, JDU and others trooped into the well, raising slogans and demanding Prime Minister's statement in the House. Amid pandemonium and after failed appeals to the protesting members, the presiding officer adjourned the House till 2 p.m. When the House met at 2 p.m., the scene was no different. Treasury bench members also raised counter slogans. The presiding officer asked the agitating members to maintain order in the House, but in vain. Then the House was adjourned for the day. In the Rajya Sabha also, ruckus was seen throughout the day. When the House met for the day, Chairman Jagdeep Dhankar did not allow the adjournment notices moved by opposition parties on Manipur violence and other issues. Leader of Opposition Mallikarjun Kharge again demanded a discussion on the Manipur issue and a statement from the Prime Minister on the issue. Opposition members including Congress, TMC, DMK and NCP staged a walkout. Later the House took the 0 hour and the question hour. In the post-lunch session, the opposition members again created uproar over the Manipur issue and staged a walkout. The House passed 3 bills today. Union Parliamentary Affairs Minister Prahlad Joshi has said the government is ready for discussion on all issues in the Parliament, but the opposition is shying away from it. He was speaking to reporters outside the Parliament today. Union Minister Arjun Ram Meghwal said the Rajya Sabha chairman has admitted notices for discussion on Manipur violence, but the opposition is making excuses by quoting rules and is not interested in the discussion. Opposition leaders today met President Droupadi Murmu to seek her intervention in the Manipur issue. They submitted a memorandum on the situation in Manipur. The leaders requested President Murmu's intervention to establish peace and harmony in the state. The Parliament passed 3 amendment bills with the Rajya Sabha approving the bills today. These are Mines and Minerals Development and Regulation Amendment Bill, Forest Conservation Amendment Bill and Jan Vishwas Amendment of Provisions Bill. Mines and Minerals Development and Regulation Amendment Bill will encourage the private sector in the exploration of critical and deep-seated minerals. The bill amends the Mines and Minerals Development and Regulation Act 1957, which regulates the mining sector. One of the major reforms proposed in the bill is to introduce exploration license for deep-seated and critical minerals. The bill also has provisions to remove 6 minerals from the list of 12 atomic mineral list. Upon removal of these minerals from the list, exploration and mining of these minerals will be opened up for the private sector as well. The bill also empowers the central government to exclusively auction mining leases and composite licenses for certain critical minerals. Replying to a brief discussion over the bill, Parliamentary Affairs Minister Prahlad Joshi described the bill as a game changer for the mining sector.
There are around 12 atomic minerals in the country. Out of these 12, 6 we have withdrawn. Non-atomic application इसका ज़्यादा है. मैं सदन को और देश को आश्वस्त करता हूँ. These minerals are not fissile or radioactivity in nature. There is no such thing. आने वाले दिन में जो हमारा ईवी व्हीकल है और जो हम नेट जीरो पर जा रहे हैं, इसके एक बहुत बड़ा योगदान हो सकता है. इसीलिए इसको विथड्रॉ किया जाएगा.
The Forest Conservation Amendment Bill seeks to amend the Forest Conservation Act 1980 to make it applicable to certain types of land. The objectives of the bill are to exempt certain categories of lands from the purview of the Act and to fast-track strategic and security-related projects of national importance. The bill also has provisions to provide access to small establishments and habitations on the side of public roads and railways and to encourage plantation on non-forest land. The Jan Vishwas Amendment of Provisions Bill seeks to amend certain enactments for decriminalizing and rationalizing offences to further enhance trust-based governance for ease of living and doing business. The legislation proposes to amend 183 provisions to be decriminalized in 42 central acts administered by 19 ministries and departments. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman today said that 28% GST on casinos and online gaming will be levied on the face value. Addressing media after the 51st GST Council meeting in New Delhi, Ms. Sitharaman said the 28% GST on online gaming and casinos is expected to be implemented from the 1st of October. She added that the Council has agreed to come back after 6 months of implementation to review the way in which this is getting implemented.
The Council in its last meeting had taken a decision about taxing all the betting, gaming related activities, casinos, horse racing, online games. It was decided that all of them will be taxed at 28% on face value.
The meeting was also attended by Minister of State for Finance Pankaj Chaudhary, besides Finance Ministers of States and Union Territories and senior officers of the Ministry of Finance. This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates around the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle @AirNewsAlerts. Haryana Chief Minister Manohar Lal has said that 6 people have lost their lives during the violence in Nuh district. In a statement issued this morning, he said conspirators are being continuously identified. He said so far, a total of 116 people have been arrested and they will be sent on a remand for further investigations.
6 लोगों की डेथ रिपोर्टेड है, 2 उसमें पुलिस के लोग हैं, 4 सिविलियंस हैं। अभी तक 116 लोगों को अरेस्ट किया गया है और 90 इसके अतिरिक्त डिटेन किए गए हैं। पूछताछ करने के बाद उनके खिलाफ भी कार्रवाई की जाएगी। इसके बाद ये सारा जो विषय आया है, इसके पीछे किसका हाथ है, कैसे शुरू हुआ, इन सब बातों के ऊपर भी प्रोसेस चल रही है। कोई भी दोषी है उसको बख्शा नहीं जाएगा। ये सारी योजना हमारी इसमें बनी है। IRB की बटालियन नूह जिले में ही स्थापित की जाएगी।
The government has asked pharma companies to adopt good manufacturing practices to ensure the manufacturing of quality drugs. Good manufacturing practices is mandatory standards that bring quality into the product by way of control of materials, methods, machine and processes. The Union Health Ministry has given 6 months' time to those pharma companies with turnover of more than 250 crore rupees to adopt good manufacturing practices. Pharma companies with less than 250 crore rupees have been given 12 months. The government will launch the e-Care, that is, e-Clearance for Afterlife Remains portal tomorrow to facilitate the swift transfer of mortal remains of Indians who die abroad. Union Health Minister Mansukh Mandavia said the portal is being introduced to avoid delay during the transportation of the deceased human remains across international borders. He said, through this portal, intimation will be sent through email, SMS and WhatsApp to the Central International Health Division, Nodal Officer, consignees and the airlines. The designated Nodal Officer will scrutinize and get approval within 48 hours. Minister of State for Road Transport and Highways, General Dr. V.K. Singh said that telecommunication networks along highways are crucial for providing better services and reducing road accidents. Addressing a press conference in New Delhi today, the minister said that his ministry is coordinating with the Department of Telecommunications to ensure an uninterrupted mobile phone network along the national highways. He informed that the initiative is underway to expand 4G coverage in uncovered villages.
जहाँ पे जो भी हमारा रोड नेटवर्क है उसके ऊपर कई हमें चीजें चाहिए। हमने यात्रियों के लिए इमरजेंसी टेलीफोन की व्यवस्था की है। कोई एक्सीडेंट होता है तो उसके लिए खबर चाहिए हमको। यात्री जो जा रहे हैं उनकी सुविधा देखनी है। तो इन सब को देखते हुए इट इज इम्पोर्टेंट कि हमारे और टेलीकम्युनिकेशन डिपार्टमेंट के बीच में अच्छा तालमेल हो। आज अगर आप रोड पे चलते हैं और आप डायरेक्टली अपने मोबाइल से बात कर सकते हैं बिना रूल को ब्रेक किए, तो हमारे लिए भी अच्छा है, आपके लिए भी अच्छा है।
In some international news, the United States has completed a second round of random lottery selection for the much sought-after H-1B work visa for foreign guest workers, and the successful applicants have been notified. U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services said they have randomly selected a sufficient number of registrations projected as needed to reach the cap. All successful applicants eligible for the H-1B visas for the fiscal year beginning October 1st have been notified about it. In Pakistan, the country's election commission has deferred the indictment of former Prime Minister Imran Khan in the Toshakhana case. Imran Khan is now expected to be charged at the next hearing on August 22nd. Last year, the Election Commission of Pakistan started contempt proceedings against Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf chairman Khan for allegedly using intemperate language against the Chief Election Commissioner and the electoral watchdog. Due to a low-pressure area around the Bay of Bengal, the Meteorological Department has forecast heavy to extremely heavy rainfall in Madhya Pradesh. IMD has issued a red alert for extremely heavy rainfall in 7 districts: Umaria, Katni, Jabalpur, Mandla, Panna, Damoh and Shivpuri. It has also issued an alert for heavy rain for 36 districts till tomorrow morning. There is possibility of moderate to heavy rains in other districts. Due to a deep depression that formed over Bay of Bengal, there is forecast of heavy to very heavy rainfall across Jharkhand and Odisha for next 48 hours. In Jharkhand, several parts of the state have been receiving fairly widespread rainfall since last evening. In Odisha, incessant rainfall has triggered flood-like situation in several parts of Subarnapur and Keonjhar. Many places in the 2 districts have been cut off due to waterlogging and submersion of roads. Bhubaneswar and neighbouring Cuttack are also experiencing heavy rainfall today. In China, Beijing has received a record rainfall, leaving the city flooded. Beijing recorded its heaviest rainfall in 140 years over the past few days. According to the country's weather department, the city recorded 744.8 millimeters of rain since Saturday. According to reports, Beijing and the surrounding province of Hebei have been hit by severe flooding. The rains have destroyed roads and left people without power and drinking water in many areas. Chinese authorities have confirmed the death of at least 20 people, while 27 are still missing due to torrential rains. Thousands of people were evacuated to shelters in schools and other public buildings in nearby cities. On to sports. In Australian Open Badminton, HS Prannoy, Kidambi, Srikanth and PV Sindhu have advanced to the second round, while Prannoy beat Hong Kong's Lee Cheuk-Yu 21-18, 16-21, 21-15 in a hard-fought game. Srikanth prevailed over Japan's Kenta Nishimoto 21-18, 21-7. Mithun Manjunath registered a sensational victory over former world champion Loh Kian-yu. However, Lakshya Sen suffered an injury and retired from the first round contest against Kiran George. In women's singles, PV Sindhu defeated compatriot Ashmita Chaliha. In cricket, India will play their first of the 5-match 2020 international series against West Indies at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy in Trinidad and Tobago tomorrow. The match will begin at 8 in the evening. The second match will be held at the Providence Stadium in Guyana on Sunday. For the first time ever, Subrato Mukherjee Sports Education Society today signed an MOU with the All India Football Federation AIFF to promote football at the grassroots level. The Subrato Mukherjee Sports Education Society, which has been conducting the Subrato Cup International Football Tournament since 1960, will form a Subrato 11 team under Junior Boys Under 17 from this edition onwards. Addressing media in New Delhi, Air Vice Marshal and the Society's member Lok Sabha announced that the team will also participate in AIFF Youth Competition. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Lok Sabha continues to face disruption over Manipur violence issue. Opposition leaders meet President Droupadi Murmu and seek her intervention. Parliament passes 3 amendment bills including Mines and Minerals Development and Regulation and Forest Conservation Bill. 28% GST to be levied on casinos and online gaming. IMD issues red alert for rain in 7 districts of Madhya Pradesh. Heavy to very heavy rainfall forecast in Jharkhand and Odisha for next 2 days. And in Australian Open Badminton, HS's Prannoy, Kidambi, Srikanth and PV Sindhu advanced to singles pre-quarterfinals. And that is all in the news at 9. Good night.